We got some video recording right now, and we're about to record audio in 3, 2, 1.
Just drop that ass, bitches. Open micers in the house. Pop that pussy with that open micers logo in your mouth. Jason with his bald ass head. Jacob looking inbred. Open micers, bitch. Heard what I said. Drop that ass, drop that ass. Open micers in the house. Drop that ass, pop that pussy. Open micers in the house. Open micers in the house. Open micers is a mouse. Drop that ass, pop that pussy. Open micers in the house. The mic is now open.
That's right. The mic is now open. My name is Jason Robbins.
I am Jacob Craig, and man, you guys asked for it, and we delivered it. A whole month without guests.
Yeah.
What do you know? Just a whole month of these. We didn't mean to do it.
It just
We
happened.
didn't mean to do it. It just happened.
Well, we had some guests scheduled, but the one that missed tonight is it had a very good reason for missing the show tonight. So he'll be back. He'll be back in a few weeks.
And the other ones did not.
Yeah.
the other ones, well, I'm just gonna be completely honest with you folks. One guy, so the way that I booked the show, I confirm with people like a couple days before just to be like, hey, are you still doing it? Did something come up? And usually if I don't hear from them, I'm just like, all right, we don't have a guest tonight. This guy texted me an hour before the show when I sent him the message on Monday. We record on Wednesday. It was like, yeah, I'm still good to do it. Is there a link or something? I was like, nah, man, you're good. I'm not gonna wait on that guy to join the Zoom for 3 weeks.
Yeah. Not going to happen.
It's not gonna happen, Captain. Just going about your day, man.
So how's your week been there, Jacob?
It's been pretty shitty, man. How's your week been?
It's can I say that this has probably been one of the most stressful weeks of my entire human existence. I've had some pretty bad weeks in my life, but this week is, man, let me tell you what. If you're out there and you're in the market to buy a house, let me tell you, just be prepared for the amount of bullshit you're going to have to deal with every single day until you actually step foot in the house and it's yours. Every day. It's something new every day. I'm talking with 3 different people from the mortgage department. Every day I've got to send in this W-2. I got to send in these taxes. I got to itemize all my stuff for the LLC for the last 2 years. I got to do this, do that. And it's all different people wanting all this shit. And they're bugging my boss every single day. How many hours has he worked from May 15th of last year to this year? When is his next raise? How many bonuses does he get every year? Like every day, it's endless.
And see, that's why I'm glad I have a wife, Jason, because no one's gonna bother me for anything.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna be like, hey, talk to my wife and make her do all the adult things.
This is the most adult thing I've ever had to do in my life, and it's awful. I hate it every day. It's just like, are you gonna give me the house or not? Just right now, just tell me. If I don't qualify, just let me go let me go get another apartment or something somewhere. It's like, why every day it's something new?
Yeah, the housing market right now is kind of fucking ridiculous. I feel like, 10 years ago, 20 years ago, people were able to buy houses like when they were my age, like 25. They didn't have to deal with all this shit. But now no one actually wants to sell houses.
I mean,
they just want to have them.
I don't understand why it has to be such a hard, shitty process. Like, why is this so difficult? I have a great credit rating. I have a little money saved. I got qualified for down payment assistance. Like, what's the problem? Why do I have to send in a blood, urine, and a stool sample at this point? Why do I have to have a note from my third grade teacher? Why does my mom have to write me a note to get a house? Like, what the fuck?
Do you actually have to send in a stool sample?
No.
Okay.
But it's coming. I have a feeling any day now they're going to be like,
Yeah.
can you shit in a box and send it to us, please?
Well, if you need any help passing
I'll give
your
them
stool
yours.
test, yeah, just let me know, man.
Like,
I'm look
sir, it's
any
all
opportunity I take this shit in a box.
like, sir, it's all liquid. There's not much we can
Yeah.
we can do with it.
It's just seeping into like a fucking the back of an Amazon van. There's like, what the fuck was this supposed to be? Did someone try to ship some chocolates and they melted? It's just all seeped out.
You said that right as I was taking a sip of coffee, and it went right into my right lung.
Yeah. Is your coffee black?
No.
Is it brown?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brown.
You like brown coffee?
Yeah. Oh man, that was funny. But yeah, I expect it any day now. They're just gonna be like, send us some of your shit in the mail, and please go ahead and send us your grandmother's. Dig up your grandmother and clip off one of her toes. Send us one of those.
She was cremated. Well, then you can't have this house.
Well, then you can't have the house. Then.
Yeah. I'm serious. I think that's really what it is because there's so much value in housing now. I don't think people really want to sell the houses. They just want to have them. They want to have the value and keep building it so they can try to sell it for more later.
Yeah. I just need somewhere to live. I just want a nice place to hang my hat, you know?
Well, fuck you. How about that?
Like, can I just have a place to live? Yeah, fuck you and your entire family. And, you know, we're going to make it the most horrible process ever.
Yeah,
for you
Jason
to
just needs somewhere to hang his toupee at night.
Yeah.
Okay. It's not.
I need somewhere to hang my balls because they're pretty much to my knees at this point.
Nice, dude.
But yeah, dude, it is like, now I've been through some tough times in my life, but this is just so fucking stressful, dude. Like I can't remember the last time I was this stressed out about something because it's just every day it's something new. And they keep telling me, oh, yeah, everything looks good. Like, we're still on track for, we're closing on the 29th. And then the next day, it's like, they're harassing my boss for how many hours did I work last year. And it's like, dude, what else do you need?
Yeah, I think they're probably looking for any reason to just, like, not sell it to you at this point.
I don't know. All I know is I can't take this apartment anymore. I'm gonna end up burning this fucker to the ground if I have to stay here any longer.
Yeah, apartments suck, dude. I don't know how you dealt with apartment life for as long as you did.
Dude, and it's getting to be that time of the year. Like, dude, I can't take another year in this place because I have a 2-story townhouse. And where the sun goes down, it goes down directly in between the two buildings, like right behind this wall behind me right now. So between like 2:00 in the afternoon to the time the sun goes down, it's just like a nuclear blast on this side of the building. And I have 2 sliding glass doors upstairs and downstairs. So it's just, you just feel heat radiating through half the apartment. And upstairs, it's so hot up here. You can't even stay up here. Like for most of the day, it's too hot up here.
Yeah, that fucking blows.
Yeah.
I had to adjust to that when we moved into this house. There's a giant fucking window in the living room, like obnoxiously huge, like the size of almost the entire wall of the house is this fucking window. I fucking hate it. And like all day we were moving in, and I was like, it's really not getting much cooler in here now that I put the thermostat on 68.
Yeah.
And she's like, yeah, it's because the window heats up the room. I'm like, I fucking hate this window then, dude. Can we please add more wall to it?
Yeah. But you don't want that either, because I don't have any windows in this apartment. So it's like, it's kind of like living in a
Penitentiary?
yeah, kind of. It's a lot like solitary confinement in here. And then, I can't even leave. I feel like a prisoner in my own apartment because look, there's this guy that lives across the building from me. And every time I go outside, he's out there and he wants to talk. And I'm not a talker. I don't want to talk. I don't need any new friends. I'm good. I'm good on friends. I don't need any more. And he wants to talk to me about weed and drinking. And he wants me to go to the bar. And I'm like, dude. And I just like every day I come home from work and I'm just, as soon as I'm an agnostic. I don't believe in that there's a big sky daddy God waiting up in the sky. And every time I pull into the parking lot, I start praying to whatever deity runs the universe. Allah, Jesus, Krishna, whoever. I'm like, whoever's listening, I'm like, please don't let this motherfucker be outside right now because I do not want to talk.
First of all, I'm kind of flattered that I was like the last friend you made before that cut off.
Yeah, you made it in right under the wire, buddy. You were the last one.
I might be the reason you don't want to make any more friends.
What I did yesterday, I was gonna go outside for a few minutes, but I was just like, is he out there? And so I couldn't see through the peephole very good, so I like kind of opened the door and cracked it and looked out, and I saw him and his friends outside, and I immediately slammed the door. And I know they heard it.
Oh yeah, dude, they were definitely like, "Oh, what the fuck is that?" So there's some people you have to do that with, man, because they just hold you hostage in a conversation, and to where you're like, you start kind of like slowly walking towards where you need to go, and they just fucking don't get the hint. They don't get the hint.
Dude, I'm literally like when I get home, I have an armload of shit, like my lunch box and my coffee mug and like all this stuff I've got in my arms and whatever I stop and get from the store or whatever. And he's like sitting there just yapping away, and I'm just like, yeah, and I'm just like slowly inching my way to my door, like hoping he gets the hint. And finally, after a while, I'm just like, dude, I gotta go eat. I'll see you later. And then just like haul ass into my apartment.
And what is it about us that stops us from being assholes to these people?
I don't know. Well, for one thing, I don't want to risk being an asshole to somebody who lives right next door to me.
True.
Because I don't want to die. I'm not ready to die yet.
That's true. But what are the odds that you're just like, hey, man, I don't care. Leave me alone. That he just never talks to you again?
I don't know. I mean,
compared
he's got
to
a
like
nice,
he does something bad.
Dude, he's got a nice little setup on the other side of the building, on the back side of the building, where it's like even when I go out to like throw my trash out, I'm just like, please don't be outside. Please don't be outside. Now I go to throw my stuff in the dumpster and I hear, hey, man, like, come on over here and talk to me. I'm like, son of a bitch, man. I had to go talk to him for a bit. But I'm just like, man, he won't stay out there. Every time I walk out my door, he's out in the front. He's standing out front of his apartment, drunk as a skunk, smoking a cigarette, like, hey, man, how you doing? Yeah. Every time. I feel like a prisoner. I'm a prisoner in my own home, Jacob. I can't do it.
You should just start, like, immediately, like, bring up uncomfortable subjects with him.
Like what?
Just be like, hey, man, have you ever tried pegging?
Dude, I will not do that because he might be into it.
Yeah, he's like, hey, man, that's fucking tight. Man. We love pegging. Or just something tells me that you don't align politically. Just be like, oh, yeah, man. Just like be just super like anti-Republican and see what happens.
I mean, I should just be like, dude, have you ever killed a small child before?
Jesus Christ. Have you ever wondered what it feels like?
Have you ever slowly murdered a deer in the woods and drank its blood? Just something weird.
He's just like, yeah, man, that was my 8th birthday.
Like, hey, man, I did that this weekend.
Be like, have you ever cut holes in a bed sheet and put it on, and then rode through the neighborhood chasing kids away on their bicycles?
Uh,
He was like, yeah, I'm doing that this weekend.
do you ever eat dog shit for fun? Just I don't know, just something weird. I'll think of
Yeah.
something weird and ask
Yeah,
him,
just
see what he
bring up
says.
report back. Just bring up like the weirdest fucking thing you can think of. Just be like, hey man, you ever put jelly on your ball sack and try to get your cat to lick it off?
He probably has. So I don't. So you never know. People these days.
I think you probably have.
Yeah, I just did. What are you talking about? I never do that, Jacob.
But I have one of these people in my life as well, dude. I think I've talked about it before. The janitor at my work
Oh yeah.
is the same kind of guy where you have to like run, like peek out your door and like run through the hallway to not be able to talk to this man. And he caught me today, and he trapped me into what thought was going to be an innocent conversation. Right? I'm in the hallway, and he's just like, "Hey, Jacob, you ready to get out of here, huh?" I'm like, "Yes, sir. He's got 7 more days of school left." He's like, "Yeah, are you going on vacation?" I'm like, "Oh no, I can't really afford to go on vacation.
Be
I'm
like,
just gonna
yeah,
hang out."
I'm taking the family on a tour of Europe.
Yeah, right. Yeah, we're going to fucking Turks and Caicos. I was like, no, I can't
Yeah,
really.
we're going backpacking through the Alps. You know, that type of thing.
Yeah, we're going to Biloxi, Mississippi. I was like, no, I can't afford a vacation or anything. I'm just gonna hang out at home. He's like, oh, okay, that's what I would do is I'd go on vacation, but I gotta work. I gotta stay up here and work. I don't get to have a summer break. I gotta stay because he's the janitor, so they don't let him have a break. He has to stay at the school and work.
What is there to do when nobody's there?
He has to deep clean and wax the floors and move furniture. He has to do the most work when we're not there.
Yeah, imagine so.
And so he's just like, yeah, man, not a lot of people can do what I do, man. Hey, God gave me a gift, man. God gave me a gift, and I use that gift every single day. And I'm just like, okay.
I can wax a floor like a motherfucker.
Yeah. Dude, you know what's the craziest thing? He doesn't fucking clean. I don't know what he does all day. The floors are not mopped or swept. The trash has not been changed. The bathrooms have not been cleaned. No paper towels. I don't know what he fucking does all day to be like, God gave me a gift.
Let me ask you something.
Clean.
We may have talked about this before. I don't know, but at your school or even at your high, you're still basically fresh out of high school. In your high school, did you have doors on the stalls of your in the bathroom?
Yeah.
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 Dude, when I was in high school, we didn't have doors on the stalls.
Yeah, you told me
in the
about
bathroom.
this. We talked about this.
If you had to shit, it was just like the whole world had to watch you take a shit. And I'm like, man, if I'd have thought about it back then, that had to be all kinds of illegal.
Oh, 1000%. You can't just shit doorless.
Oh, you had to. Dude, when I was in high school, if I had to shit or like had diarrhea or something, I would either beg a teacher to let me go to the teacher's lounge, to the bathroom in there, or I would just call out and go home.
Dude, one time when I was in school, I took a shit so bad that I left it there. I didn't even flush, and I just crawled out from under the stall and left it locked. That's how bad. I knew it was going to back up the toilet, so I didn't flush it down, and I just bailed out.
Wow.
I just fucking army crawled out of the bathroom.
Dude, in the floor itself in the boys' bathroom, dude, that's probably how you got diabetes, was from that floor.
Probably is, dude. Probably all the sugar and all the young boy semen I was crawling through.
God, the thought of crawling on a boys' bathroom floor in high school is like, you may as well just be crawling through a river of shit, like in Shawshank Redemption. Like, it's the same thing.
My arm hairs are coming off because of how sticky it is.
Oh, God. Is there
Like
anything
fucking Velcro.
worse? What's worse, the boys' bathroom floor or a movie theater floor?
Probably a boys' bathroom floor because I don't think anyone's shooting loads on the movie theater floor.
I remember in high school, dude. Our bathroom used to. You couldn't go to the bathroom in between classes because it was so full of cigarette smoke. Like you just couldn't even see anything when you walked in there.
Yeah.
And I remember my buddy Johnny could do a perfect impression of one of our math teachers, and he used to have this. Did you ever have one of those teachers or even a janitor like that just had one of those big fucking belt rings of keys,
Yeah.
like that, just like a jailer, just like 800 keys on this one big ring, and you would hear this dude walk in the hall. Those keys would be jingling. So like I was in the bathroom. I really had to pee one day in between classes. So I was in there and I was in one of the back stalls without a door, of course, because there was 800 people in there smoking. And all of a sudden he comes in the bathroom shaking his car keys, and he sounded just like that teacher. Just, what are y'all doing here? And all you heard was pss, 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 people throwing their cigarettes into the urinal. And it was the trough urinal too, not just a regular urinal. Remember the trough?
Oh, dude, the trough is fucking a crime against humanity.
Isn't it? Dude, I remember when I was a kid, it may have been at the Coast Coliseum. It probably was, but I remember in the men's room, there used to be those urinals, but they were like round. And it was people would just like get in a circle and pee into it.
And then just
what?
stare into the eyes of the guy
Yeah, just
across
looking
from
at
you.
the guy across from you like, hey, man, how you doing? Just
Yeah.
here to pee, huh? Yeah, me too.
Yeah. I remember the only time I ever used the trough urinal was when I played T-ball. That's all they had at the ball fields was trough urinals. And
Oh,
so I was just fucking just piss around a bunch of other young boys. And,
dude, the
and I
trough
didn't know any
urinal.
etiquette at all. So I was just looking around at everything.
Dude, if there's a trough urinal, I will just not pee. I'm not peeing into a urinal. I don't want to pee, or I'm so pee shy. There's no way I could pee in front of another person. There's just no way.
Yeah.
And
I
we're
don't
in the society that we are. Why can't we just have partitions in between everything? Like I've gone to bathrooms where like you go in and like there's a urinal and the door will just open and it'll just be like the world right there, and it's like what? Like okay, like why can't
well,
we just have
Grandpa,
partitions?
Grandpa, we're not under segregation anymore. Not everything can be partitioned.
Oh, and another thing. Why can't public restrooms have just like music piped in or something? But it's just they're just dead fucking quiet. And so you like the smallest fart just sounds epic. Well, to
You're right.
everyone in there.
How brazen are you when it comes to like because I won't let a shit go if there's like I know there's people
Oh, I
around and I'm in a
can't,
public
dude.
restroom.
It doesn't matter. I could have explosive diarrhea. If I sense another person in the same room with me, my asshole will close shut. Like
Yeah.
airtight. Like nothing's escaping.
Dude, the last show that we went to together at Oyster City, I had to shit so bad when we first got there. And I went in the bathroom and I was just doing horrible things to that toilet. And then I see the door open to the bathroom. And so I'm going like, and just stop. I just clench it up. And then the guy just turns around and immediately leaves. And so I just keep blasting it in there.
Dude, every time I go to Walmart, it's like what do they call that Pavlovian response where every time I go to Walmart I immediately have to pee as soon as
Yeah.
I walk in the door. So it's pretty much what I do now when we go to Walmart is I just make a beeline as fast as I can to the bathrooms in the back. And every time I go in the public restroom, there is someone in there in the first stall every single time. Doesn't matter what time of day I go in there, what day it is. There's always somebody in there fighting for their life every time I go in there.
And it's always me.
I should check next time. Be like, I'll hear somebody in there like, blah. I'll be like, Jacob, Is that you?
Yeah.
But yeah,
Dude,
I'm
I've
beginning to
seen
think
them.
the person I see in that bathroom just lives there. That's just where they live, is in that stall.
They're like a ghost that died shitting at Walmart, and so
Yeah.
they're just constantly there, reliving their death over and over again.
Yeah. Maybe he's a ghost. Maybe. I never thought of that.
I have one time I did walk into a Walmart bathroom, and my go-to move is handicap stall
Oh yeah,
immediately.
dude. Mine's the
And
family bathroom. If that family bathroom's open, I'm going.
first of all, I thought I was bad for choosing the handicap stall. That's worse. Just
Hey,
the whole
I'm an
fucking
old man and I deserve comfort. All right.
yeah. If anyone ever gets mad at you, you can just be like, I had to change my diaper. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But no, I walked into a bathroom one time. The handicap stall was taken. And so I look in this one stall and it's like about to overflow, full of toilet paper and piss. I'm like, okay, not using that one. I open the other one. It's completely canvassed and plastic like a Dexter murder. And instead of blood being everywhere, it's just all brown all over this plastic tarp canvas. And I'm like, what the fuck is happening in this bathroom?
I don't know. Uh,
Walmart bathrooms are kind of an adventure.
yeah, they are, and they're so quiet. That's why I brought this up, because every time I go in that bathroom, there's somebody in there fighting for their life, and then it's like sometimes you gotta let a little fart out when you're peeing, but
Hell yeah.
even when you're trying to be quiet, it's just like, where's my echo? It's just.
1000%. And then if there's anyone else in there, is your move to just ignore it or you just go like, I'm sorry?
No, I just ignore it. I'm just like, it's a bodily function, man. Hopefully nobody's
Yeah.
standing directly behind me.
My move now is if I'm shitting, I'll just like obnoxiously blare something on my phone to cover it up. I'm like, better this than that.
Yeah,
But
I farted so loud, and where was I? I was like Michael's or something. Dude, I farted so loud in that bathroom, and I walked out, and there was like a family right outside the door, and I was just like, just walked on past.
it's like on my way to get wood glue to
Yeah.
sniff. Just like you're a complete psycho.
Where are the corks at?
Man, I have a funny grocery store story to share, but I think it's gonna be on the next episode because we
All
do
right.
have to wrap this one
Yeah,
up.
let's go ahead and start wrapping this one up, because we're recording two tonight, because we're recording this, what's today, the 21st? Yeah, next Wednesday is my birthday, so we're taking the night off. So we're going to record two in a row, and just when you're listening to them this week and next week, it's like one big episode, but we're going to go ahead and start wrapping this thing up. But anything you want to say before we wrap this one up?
Yeah, man. June 14th at the Juke Joint in Ocean Springs, Mississippi. Come see me in the first round of Roast on the Coast. Buy tickets. They're available now. It's going to be a good show. And hopefully I will move on to the second round.
Awesome. Well, good luck with that. I
Preach.
got full faith that you'll go the distance.
He's going the distance,
He's going for speed.
going for speed. He's
Yeah.
all alone.
and it's time of need.
Brandon.
But anyway, we're going to go ahead and get out of here. And if you want to email us at OpenMicersPodcast@gmail.com. We're at OpenMicers.com is our website. And of course, Linktree.com/OpenMicersPodcast takes you everywhere you need to go. All the socials, the ways to give us money, all that good stuff. And of course, go to BResCoffeeCo.com and use the code OMPodcast at checkout for 10% off your order. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you guys next week.
I'm going to hold my
Thank you
fart
all.
in for the quiet part.
And thank you all for watching on YouTube. We'll see you guys also next week.